Welcome to bakersmotel.com. The Golden family, I'm Gary Golden. We've owned the property since 1980, but the property was built in 1937. You can find out about the history of the motel on the historical page site. This is one of our rooms. Actually, this is room number 14. As you can see, we have, the old wood paneling walls, but we keep them all freshly painted and looking nice. New fridges, microwaves, and this room here has a queen-size bed. Now here's one of the original postcards of Baker's Motel. As you can see, this is the courtyard where that room number 14 is. The courtyard is the original section. But you can see it consisted of about 7 buildings back in the 30s. Cabins is what they were called. This cabin here, which is room number 17, had the hot water in the hot water tank room. It had fuses that said chicken coop. Now back then it was one of the first Best Westerns and Quality Inn, so it had two affiliations, and it was also AAA rated. Then in the late 40s, Mr. Baker added rooms 1 to 10 over here, and 31 to 38 over here, and added in a 3-bedroom apartment here. And this is the office right there. Now in the 60s, he added the back section, which is another 20 rooms, which are all rooms with 2 beds. And in front of the back section was a swimming pool. Now this was a huge swimming pool, where many people, for years it was the place to be. Now when I purchased it in the 80s, we maintained the pool until like 87, and it was a beautiful pool. But we had finally got rid of it because it took about 3 hours a day to just maintain it. Everything was manual. And it just wasn't justified by the business because my family used it all the time, but most of the guests never used the pool. It just became one of the things that you didn't need. So in the late 80s, we had it buried, and now it's just a nice front yard. Now this is another picture of the motel in the early years. And you can click on the picture and just, it doesn't expand. Now, here's a timeline. The Baker family owned the motel from 1937 to 1963. I.B. Baker owned all the land around this motel. And in order to get I-70 to put an exit here when they built I-70 in 1963, I.B. Baker gave them the land across the street, which is now the Zane Grey Museum. Now, in 1963, he sold the property to General Theaters Corporation out of Cleveland, Ohio. They owned all the drive-ins pretty much in the state of Ohio. In 1973, though, they sold out to Kim Zachary, who owned the property for 10 years, or till 1980, about 7 years. He didn't really do any upgrading. He just maintained the property in the original condition. When we purchased the property in 1980, it had all the original furniture. TVs were black and white on a metal stand. All the rooms were purple and pink, and we proceeded to start upgrading the property. It's been a constant process. We've painted the room several times in the last 30 years, or actually 38 years that I've owned the property now. And it's usually something I do about every 5 to 7 years. Smoking rooms require painting a little, about every 5 years, where non-smoking rooms, they can go every 7 years. If you don't think, smoking, does a number on your lungs, you ought to, I see it firsthand what happens in the rooms. Here's a short video on, on the motel. Now, last year we upgraded our property, adding this metal roof. So we put ourselves, ready to be stay in business for the long haul. These benches we've added to the property 3 or 4 years ago. A lot of the guests like it, especially the ones down the front. They can go outside their door and sit on the benches. They're extremely comfortable and watch the traffic as it passes by underneath a nice overhang. So if it's raining, you don't get won't get wet. Here's a view of it. 1 to 10. 1, 2, 3, and 4 are smoking rooms. The rest of the rooms are non-smoking rooms up this way. So, people who stand outside smoking aren't going to be with the non-smokers. Now, this is a view of the office. Now, these rooms over on this side over here are all non-smoking rooms, and on the other side are non-smoking rooms. This side here is all non-smoking rooms. 2 of the rooms in the center of the courtyard are smoking rooms. This sign the state put up because, of us being one of the most historic properties on 40. It's kind of funny, they want to put it at our property, but it's not even our property on it. This is our antique shop up this way, room 31 to 38. And we got our new picker van this past winter. All the pavement, we repaved our parking lot just about 4 or 5 years, 5 or 6 years ago. Now on the area, there's the businesses around us. You have in New Concord, you have the John and Annie Glenn Museum, which they also run the Zane Grey Museum across the street. There's a lot of fishing or hunting and fishing in Cambridge, which is just about 12 to 14 miles away. You have Salt Fork. Zanesville, you have Gull Lake, and then south of us is Burr Oak. Here's a little map showing where we are, and you can click on it. Now, the local businesses are our antique shop, which is located right here at the motel. There's also a flea market 2 buildings down from us, which you can really walk to. There's a service station at our exit, and they just put all new gas pumps in. Really nice. Across the street is one of the best local mechanics in the New Concord area. Randy, yeah, good guy. Does good work, very reasonable price. Ohio Pottery is another business that has been here for quite a while. Almost as long as Baker's Motel. It's been family owned by the same family right from the beginning. Casabella Ornamental Iron is just under the interstate. Matthews Antiques is just under the interstate. Zanesville Pottery is another business that has been here since the 50s. I put up a website for businesses on the National Road. It's called nationalroadeast.com. If you get some time, check it out. This is a business directory for any business on the National Road, starting in Maryland all the way, to Illinois. Yeah. So, the whole distance. Feel free to advertise on the website. It is high ranked, and if you're looking for a place to advertising. I also have BuckeyeAds.com. It's a high-ranked business advertising resource. Now back to the motel, because that's what this video is about anyways. I found this neat video on the motel, and you can watch it I found it on YouTube. The Colony Square Mall, which is 15 miles away in Zanesville. Now to get to Zanesville, it's only 12 miles due west of us. Denny's restaurant is just 4 miles due west of us. New Concord has a couple restaurants, and that's due east of us about 4 miles. Personally, yeah, Scott's Diner right in the middle of New Concord. Great little diner. You'll love it. Food's wonderful. Now, the Zane Grey Museum is directly across the street. Now, the Wilds, everybody comes to see the Wilds. That's just about 15 miles away. 4 miles to New Concord and out to, out 83. Yes, Bridge is in Zanesville. There's still some pottery manufacturing going on in Zanesville. Just a half mile down the road to the left, when you go out the drive, is a 9-hole golf course, Norwich Valley Golf Course. It's family-owned, family-operated. Wildfire Golf Course is just 5 miles down the road in New Concord. Muskingum University is just over 4 miles in New Concord. And the other colleges are in Zanesville. Now, also, we on our website, you can book a room under reservations, make a reservation. Now, when you make a reservation, we've teamed up with Cloudbeds. You can book 1 day. We do offer 3-day discounts on the website. Or if you want to call us, we do have weekly rates available. And for the extended stay, all the extended stay rooms have fridges and microwaves. There's only actually about 8 rooms that don't have a fridge and a microwave in the property. All the rooms have flat screen TVs. All the rooms have internet. Free wireless internet. Now, you can also, on our website, you can find pictures of the rooms. Our office. These are our back section rooms, and they are huge. They're about 15 by 30 feet. And they all have a 40-inch flat screen TV. This is a sitting out area that, with the newer furniture right outside the office. And during the summer months and fall, guests love to sit there. And as you can see, a lot of bathrooms are all tiled bathrooms. These are the 1-bedrooms. You can see we have the larger fridges and microwaves in the rooms. Events. Now, Pottery Festivals is in July of each year. Because Zanesville, Ohio is the pottery, or was the pottery capital of the U.S. And still today, they have the pottery event, where if you like art pottery, this is the place to be. Now, this is up here is our antique shop. We do allow pets. There is a pet fee of $15, and that's for up to 3 pets in a room. We don't allow pets on our extended stay rates. Now, we also have a news. If you want to find out about the motel, just come to the news. If you need any, just call me at 740-872-3232. My wife and I have been running the motel since 1980. Or you can contact us by email. Every now and then I have the live support on our website. Appreciate you taking the time to listen to me. Stop back or stop in and see me. My name's Gary Golden.